and I'm Pat Taylor. So join in, do what you can, rest when you need to, make sure you've got a drink by you, make sure you've got space to move, some things to support you if you need to, and always just stop if you need to stop or have a rest and then come back in. Some of you are already pumping your heels. It's fabulous to see. Let's move forwards in your chairs. Hip walk in your chairs to the front third of your chair, and let's think about your great posture. And we're going to roll through those shoulders. Let's wake our bodies up, shall we? Lovely. So big roll through the shoulders, feet are nice and wide, and move your feet forwards because they might be wide and tucked under you, so you might still be, more susceptible to falling forward. So feet forwards is always a good one as well. Okay, let's roll one shoulder up, back and down, and then the other one. Yeah, if you want to stand already, you can. It's up to you what you do today and how you feel. You can always come back to sitting at any point. Okay, let's lift the heels. Lift, lift. One at a time. Now, nothing has to be fast in this program. Okay, so take it at your own speed. If you've got some tightness, some stiffness, even take a bit longer with this movement, or slow it down and really think about moving ankles, toes, knees, etc. Lovely. How's your posture? If you've been gardening, you might feel quite stiff and sore. So it's good to get our bodies moving and warmed up properly before we get going. Let's move our wrists, hands in a circle, one way. That's it. And then let's go the other way. Or any little creaks or cracks going on? Other way again. Lovely. And then back to your march. This time we're adding in arms. Excellent. Now, are you just moving the bottom of your arms? Or are you moving the whole arms from your shoulders? Lovely, much better. Much better. I'll show you from the side. So my elbow, my hand comes behind me and it brushes my thigh. So I get that full range of movement. And you might get a little crunch there, little crack. It's okay, as long as it's not too painful. If it's painful, make it smaller. Excellent. Okay, feet nice and wide, hands down. Let's lean down to one side. Use the muscles in your belly and your core to lift you up. And then come down to the other side and lift up. Lean down, so as if you're picking something up off the floor. If you're standing, just slide those hands down your thighs, keeping your head in alignment. Lovely, good. Working through your waist, so just stretching through the waist, stretching, and can you then lift that other elbow up maybe? So just adding on a little extra movement. Lovely. Fabulous, and back to your march. So purposefully moving these arms, lifting the heels. So still in your circulation boost, still warming up your bodies. Excellent. Okay, coming into our rotation. So if you're standing, you can move your hands along the side of the chair. If you're sitting, you can just hold on to your arms and slide, or you can do this movement. So one hand down towards your knee and the other hand back, but keeping your chest upright. So lifting through the chest, so you're not collapsing down, you're keeping a lovely long spine. Take your time here. So press that hand forwards and pull that elbow back. Keep breathing. Keep breathing. Lovely. So if you're standing, that little rotation here, soft knees, maybe just turning to face the side. Good. Lovely. And there. And there. Excellent. And then back to your march. Breathe. How do you feel? Are we okay? Good. Right, going down to ankles now. You know I love this one. In standing it's the same, but be careful in standing, make sure you've got support. So we're going to put the heel down. Heel and then the toe. And the heel and the toe. So we're trying to get the heel and the toe on the same spot. So you lift your knee to do that. Lift and point, and lift and squeeze the toes up. Excellent. And you know, sometimes do you notice if you've got stairs and you're coming down the stairs in the morning, do you notice that sometimes your ankles don't want to play? They might ache or they might feel stiff. This is what you need to do. Let's swap sides. If you don't have stairs, if you have an opportunity to go up and down stairs when you're out and about, go and do them. Use it or lose it. So it's good to do the stairs. And I met up with some friends the other day and she's nearly 70 and she said, I still run up the stairs. And I'm not suggesting you run up the stairs, but actually that confidence to use the stairs is really good for when we get older. Lovely, good. Okay, back to a little heel lift. Fabulous. Lovely, and then I'm going to stand up and do the rest. If you're sitting, we're going to come into that little shoulder circle, so feet are wide and forwards, and we're going to make that circle with our shoulders, using our belly to support us as we move back into that circle. If we're standing, we're in that hip circle, that little hula hoop movement. So nice soft knees, and we're sending the hips around to the side and forwards. Oh, don't you look lovely? You look like you're going to do the time warp, actually. Shall I sing to you? I'm going to have an earworm now. I can't remember how it goes. Anyway. Oh, there you go. Yeah, we won't do the hop to the right. Maybe we should do a little, our own version of it. Okay, fabulous. And let's march. So, moving, I think I've done everything. Yeah, moving into our endurance. So this is the bit that we want to get you a little bit out of breath, maybe. Make sure you're safe though, so we don't ever want you to be so out of breath that you couldn't talk to somebody. Relax your shoulders. Quite often we go, oh, I've got endurance. You be all stiff and tight and it's hard work, but relax your shoulders, okay? Start thinking about lifting these knees up in front of you. Now you can do it by standing at the side of the chair or in between two chairs. Again, we don't have to be fast. So we lift our knees up, put the toes down first. And people with maybe diabetes or neurological conditions might not feel the feet. So you can look to check and then keep your eye gaze forward. So we talk about foot placement. And then we can add opposite arms. You can add one arm if you want to. So a big swing, that's going to get you out of breath. If you're happy to do this, you could even add arms up a little bit higher, but not necessarily yet. If you want to come into that, that's good. It's quite strong through the fronts of the legs. And I'm not necessarily going too fast. You could do one arm and then the other arm. Or you could just do arms in front. It doesn't have to be above. Any added arm work with your legs is going to make your heart rate faster, going to make it beat faster and make you more puffed out, but it's going to strengthen your heart more than if we didn't do arms. Okay, bring it down. No arms, just a heel lift. just a heel lift. Get your breath back. Take a deep breath if you need to. Ooh, are we okay? That was straight into it, wasn't it? Let's do a step. Step together. Step together. Step together. Lovely. So are you still picking your heels up? Heels and then toe heel down, heel toe off, toe heel. And it's something we don't think about, but sometimes it needs us to notice what we're doing to correct it. Okay. So we're going to go 2 steps. So we're going to step together, step together, step together. And you can see that I'm sliding my hand across my chair. If you want to stay in a single step, if you're not confident to move that far away from the chair, you can do. And I'm just adding a little leg lift, nothing too major. Lovely. So step together, and then we'll bring arms again in a minute. So just stay with the step together and let's get that right. Step together. Good. Think about your lovely posture. So we're standing upright and we're actually lifting the legs in front of us rather than kind of collapsing and swinging them. Okay, let's come back to the heel lift. So just catch your breath. Excellent. This is your bit. This is your time to catch your breath and just let your heart rate settle. Lovely. Okay, we're going to step back together, step back together, step back together. So we start at the chair, step away from the chair, come back to the chair, feet together, step back, together, back, front, together, back, front, together, back, front, together. Lovely. Good. Lovely. Excellent. Hold it there. Just a gentle march. Okay, we're going to lunge. We're going to add a lunge to the outside edge of the chair. So you can watch if you want to for a second. Heel lands. Lean forwards. Come back to a wide base. Other side. Or you can stay on one side for now. You could just do one side, depending on what kind of support you need. Or you can alternate. Oh, look. Perfectly choreographed. Now, if you feel pretty confident, try it. If it's not any good for you, don't. Just step out a little bit further, maybe. So add in that weight through the legs, or just stay with the small one if that's what you need to do today. Lovely. Are you still landing? Heel, whole of the foot. Heel, and this uses the big muscles in the legs. So this is what gets you out of breath. This is what builds your endurance, stamina. And repeating builds up as well. Okay, march, just a heel lift, just a gentle one. Let's recover. So we want this part, this section goes up, down, up, down, up, down, but not right the way down to, oh, I'm fully relaxed, okay? This is where we build progress, because we start to keep your heart rates here, and then you get stronger. Okay, we're going to go for knee lift again. So, and we'll build fartlek in the next few weeks, which is those sections, like 3 or 4 different phases, but we won't do it this week. We're practicing. So adding in your arms as you want to, no arms, or a big push, maybe one arm, or just in front of you. If you've got all the energy in the world, little push up, but not fast. We're going to go for 3, 2, 1, bring it down. Oh, lift your heels. Just lift your heels. Are we all right? Can you breathe? Can you talk to me? Can you go, I'm all right, Pat? Phew. Okay. Step. So bringing it down safely. Just a step. Lovely. Step, step. Big breath. So your heart rates are coming down safely. Might still be out of breath, but actually we're getting there. We'll bring it down a bit more. Okay, just a march, slow march. You can swing your arms a little bit lower if you want to, but not actually working them too much. Breathe. Let's take the feet nice and wide. Let's add arms for this lovely wide base sway. Breathe. Lovely. Just one arm to one side, one arm to the other side. Excellent. And then no arms. Take some nice deep breaths. Just a slow lift of the heels. Ooh, are we all right? Give me a thumbs up. Oh, now grab a drink if you want to. Can you hear that? My water bottle makes a very funny sound. Like a little squeak.
Wendy. Just one.
Wendy, take it easy because we're straight into it. Okay. So moving into balance. So if you haven't warmed up, just take a few moments to just watch and see what's going on. So we've worked quite a lot on balance, and I'm going to come straight to single leg lift so that we can practice flamingo stand, and then the swing. And then we'll come into others. So we step away, so just watch first. We step away from the chair. So I've got something to support me. So it's far enough away. And I'm going to lift my outside leg so that I can step outside, step wide if I wobble. Okay? So, lovely posture. Feet under hips or wider. I'm going to tuck my bottom under, shoulders are back and down. I'm going to slide my leg back, but my knees are together. And then you can either stay here or you can lift that leg. And remember, we've been counting. You can hold on full support or partial support, toe, no, finger, and count if you want to, or do it at home and count. Do it on your own when you've got time. If you need to, come out. Oh, have you lost us?
Rosemary started screen share.
Oh, let me just grab, hang on. Bear with me, just step out and be steady. There, I'm back. Can you see me? Can you see us? Right. So, sorry about that. Good? Got us? Can you see me? Yeah. Wow. Right, let's go again, but we're going to swing it. So, just watch. So, same principles. Nice, steady, strong leg. This knee is soft, so it's slightly bent. my toes are spread out. My foot comes back. And then I lift my leg and I swing it backwards and forwards. Now Helen does a different one. She does like a cycle, but I'm just doing this swing. This is the one that I was taught. So I swing it up and back. Now what happens is you might let your hip your side, you might go swinging to the side. We don't want that, just to the front and the back. And what happens then is as your foot comes to the back, you get a big squeeze into the bottom. Okay, if you try and keep those hips facing forwards. I'll show you the seated version. So, remember, we can sometimes just put one foot on top of the other. This is balance. This is challenging your balance. If you wanted to do the swing, you need to sit at a diagonal. And it's not so effective, but you could just lift the leg. You could do a little swing, but not very much. But lifting the leg is probably the best one for you to do. So you feel unsteady. Okay. How do we get out of that move? We step wide. That's your recovery step, your compensatory step. Should we do it again one more time? So set yourselves up, spread your toes out. Hold onto your chair if you need to. For now, slide the foot back. Lift the toes off, lift the foot off, but relax the toes so you're not tense because you'll get cramp. And then we lift, and you kind of drag the foot along the floor as if you're getting something off your shoe. Keep the hips facing forwards. Squeeze at the back, lift at the front. How do we come out? Compensatory step, wide. You're steady, you're safe. Have a wiggle. Ooh, and a little semicircle or a little hula hoopy move. Because that can be quite strong into the lower back. Let's change sides. So either wander around to another place of support or swap sides. So stepping away, everything's the same, just on the other side. Slide the foot back, soften the knee, spread the toes out. This knee is level. And then actually you could do it here, facing your chair here. Lift foot. And sometimes when we're tired, that hip will start to go, ooh, I'm tired. So lift it, bring it back in. Think. Everything in line. And then let's step out nice and wide. Steady, safe. Okay, good. Have a little wiggle march or wiggle out those niggles. Might be a bit achy. Then we're going to come to the swing. So slide the foot back, lift the foot, relax the toes, and a little swing forwards and back. If you're holding on, you could just press one finger. Remember that lovely posture. How do we come out? We step wide. You're safe. Have a wiggle. We're going to do that swing one more time. Oh, I can feel it today. Let's go again. So slide it back, lift the heel, relax the toes, relax this knee, little swing up and back. Keep the hips nice and forwards. Feel that squeeze in the bottom. If you're sitting, say, just lift that knee. So, or pop the foot on top of the other foot. So you feel that imbalance, and always take that foot out nice and wide to come out. But lovely. Good. Right. We're going to do some more balance things with eyes really. So we're going to just march on the spot. Nothing too major. And I'm just going to look to my left. You go whichever way is the same for you. I'm just looking to the left, and then I'm looking forwards. I'm looking to the right, and I'm still marching. And then I'm going to look to the front. I'm going to go again. I'm going to look to the left. And I'm going to look to the front. I'm going to look to the side, to the front. Okay, I'm going to keep my feet still now, so a bit wider. This time I'm going to soften my knees. I'm going to just watch first. So I'm going to look to the side and then I'm going to look over the top to the side and to the front. So you might need something in front of you, behind you, to the side. I'm going to look to the side. I'm going to look up above to the side and back to center. Woo, anybody? To the side, bit dizzy, me too, up and over, to the side, to the front. Go to the other side, up and over. Quite common to feel dizzy here. Front. Okay, just a couple of times, that's it. This time, have a watch. We're going to look to the side and down, to the side and front. Then we look to the other side, down. Now I think that doesn't make you so dizzy, maybe, because we're used to looking at the floor. Keep going, side, down. Side, center. Side, down. Side, center. Have a rest. Okay, now we're going to keep our faces to the front. And we're just going to look with our eyes to the left. I'll come up first. So face, heads face to the front. Keep your head straight. Look to one side. Eyes to the front. Head still. Eyes to the other side. To the front. Eyes to the other side. To the front. Eyes to the side. To the front. Okay, slight change. Eyes stay focused on me and your head turns to the side. So you're still looking at me, face the front. So you're moving your head. Eyes to me, move your head to the other side. Head to the front. Head to the side, still looking at me. To the front. And last time to the side. And the front. Lovely. Ooh, have a blink. How's that? Feel dizzy or are you all right? Quite strong, isn't it? But many people feel dizzy or unbalanced when you're looking in different ways. So it's really important to practice. Okay, so how are we doing? Right. One of my favorite exercises is the reach, the functional reach. So how do we start? Feet nice and wide. You can do it the same in seated. So feet forwards and wide. And then let's start by just reaching forwards to just above shoulder height. And then come back. So what happens is the weight will come onto the balls of your feet. So I want you to spread your toes out. Reaching forwards. So you've got weight through your foot, your toes. And if you need to lean on a chair, you can. Soften those knees, so don't have your knees all stiff. And coming up, if you only want to do one side, that's fine. If you want to try both, you can. But only if you're steady enough. So do what you need to do for you. Okay, it's not a competition. Now, hold it there. The next bit, if you're really happy with that, if you want to carry on doing it that way, that's fine. If you want a bit more challenge, you can lift onto the balls of the feet and then reach. Just try on the balls of the feet first if you want to, without reaching. It's quite strong into the calf muscles, this, so we won't do it very many times. But add in that reach as if you were getting something out of the cupboard. Reaching up and forwards, okay? So we're not going right above the head. We're just reaching as if you got somebody's put it right at the back of the cupboard. You can't quite get it. Reach, reach. And only if you're confident do we go for both. You don't have to today. You can do it without coming onto the balls of your feet. Lovely. Excellent. Good. Lovely, and then hold it there, hold it there. So staying flat on the feet, not coming onto the balls. We're just going to reach across the body and come back to center. Reach across. Reach across, keep breathing. You can do exactly the same in seated. Reach across. Lovely, and reach across. Excellent. Good. And again, this will challenge your balance because you're not only reaching, you're looking that way. You're in different planes of movement. So we don't often reach across our bodies, do we? And in future weeks, we'll be working to reach down, but not today. Okay, lovely, good, fabulous. So let's come to sitting and we'll do strength with a band. So make sure you've got your band or a pair of tights or a dressing gown belt or something that's a bit stretchy. Are we okay? Oh, lovely. So have a sit down. Sit down. Let me know if you need a band. I have got 2 to send. So let me know if you haven't already. Let me know. Mary, and I can't remember who else. Anne. Right, band work. Lovely. So you know I love ankle mobility. We might need to, are we on the foot cam for this one? I can't remember. So we're going to work on ankle strength. And it's a bit difficult, this one, to sometimes feel it. So I'll talk you through it nice and slowly. But you know, in Truro and places like that, you have cobbled streets. And I ripped my ankle once. I went over on my ankle on the cobbled streets in St Agnes. So this will help to stabilise your ankles, to strengthen the ankles. So practice it at home. You could use a cushion. You don't need to use a band, but it kind of makes it more effective if you can squeeze the knees together. So we start with a band or a cushion in between the knees. And then we walk the toes out a bit. Okay, we're going to take our big toes together. So put your big toes together and then take your heels out. Then we're just going to start by sliding the toes out and away and then bring them together. So you're squeezing your knees and the feet are sliding out and sliding in. And for some that might be enough. But we're looking at inversion, and I can't remember the other name. It's gone out of my brain. So what I need you to do is when we bring our toes together, we're going to squeeze the insides of the feet up and in. And it's not that comfortable. And you might get cramps, so I'm really sorry. Put the feet down, slide them out again, and then squeeze the outside edges of the feet up and out. So these outside edges are up and out, drop the foot down, squeeze big toes in together. And hello, Maggie's little one. Squeeze the feet and the insteps in and up. Oh, a bit of cramp. Pop the feet down, slide the toes out. Squeeze the edges, the outside edges of the feet up and out. Pop them down, squeeze them in. How does that feel? This is like a love-hate because I really love it because it's so good for us, but it's a bit uncomfortable. And it's not nasty because it's good for you. And then, take that band out and have a wiggle. And also, you know, for some people, just a little, like Helen lost that Elvis knee, just that little wiggle of the ankle sometimes is enough to release it, but we've got to strengthen them. You know, there's so many slopes in Cornwall, even just on the pavement, when I'm out walking the dog, I'm like, oh, and it makes me really aware of people and the things that we need to focus on to make sure we're safe when we're out walking. Okay, let's do. I was going to do back at knee. Let's do the wrist one. Because ankles, wrists. Wrists, if you fall, one of the first places that might unfortunately fracture spines and hips. So we make it into a little squidgy kind of shape. So it's small, and then we're going to hold on to it as if you were going to wring out a tea towel or a dishcloth. Grip on with all of your fingers and your thumb. So you bring it in close, grip, and then send it away and press the insides, the wrists away. So press them to the outside walls of the room. Bring it in, release and re-grip. You've got to squeeze all that water out. Squeeze it with all of your fingers. Bring it back in, release and re-grip, and then send it away, squeeze really hard and release. Now, just notice which hand is on top. Doesn't really make any difference, but put the bottom hand on the top. It just feels a bit weird, doesn't it? And then squeeze away. Same again. This time we're going to try and pull it apart, release back in, send it away. Pull it apart or try, you're never going to do it, but pull it apart, bring it back in, send it away, pull. So add in a bit of trauma to your wrists, your fingers, your bones, your joints. Remember, we talk about crunches and arrows. So healthy bones have small holes in them, like a crunchy. Unhealthy osteoporotic or osteopenic bones have big holes in them. We don't want that. We need to add bone density. We need to add strength and thickness to your bones, and you can help you have a rest, and you can help yourself by adding a little bit of, not trauma, it is trauma, it's a bit of weight, a bit of resistance into your bones, into your joints. And that's going to help you. So how does that feel? Quite nice, hopefully. Let's do a little bit of a shoulder movement. So I'm just going to take my arms in front of me. They don't have to be up above, just in front of me. And I've got my hands just wider than my shoulders. Okay, and then I'm just going to make that wider and bring it down a little bit to my chest. Now slowly, don't let it ping up, slowly bring it back to the start. Pull down, now squeeze your shoulder blades a little bit and release. If you've got any pain, just have a rest, do it without the band. Lift and release, pull apart, and as you pull apart, you just bring it down. Now, some of you who've been doing this for a while might get your arms up and over. You might not, and in front. See how you go. Maybe do it in your own time. But actually, it's a good one for shoulder mobility. But actually, we're working on strength. That was just to show you another variation. So bring those arms down, roll around, roll through your shoulders. And this isn't really included, but we used to do this live in our session. So make a little ball with your band. Make a ball, throw it and catch it with the other hand. Throw it and catch it with the other hand. Make it in the ball. Throw it and catch it. Oh, make sure it doesn't stick to your hands, your fingers. Good for hand-eye coordination. And if we were in class, when we finish with the bands, I'd go, right, you can throw them at Helen now. And people would go, ping. Throw and catch. Okay, one hand behind your back. Nice wide feet. Throw and catch with the same hand. Throw and catch. And this is a good one to practice. Get your kids to practice, or your grandchildren to practice doing it. Get them to throw something nicely at you and catch it with one hand. And then let's swap hands. Put the other hand behind your back. So I expect this is your weaker hand, your less dominant hand. That's it. Throw, and just pretend if you haven't got anything, throw and catch. And we will send you a band. You can do it with a little bean bag. but actually you're working your shoulders, you're working your balance, hand-eye coordination, proprioception, lots of work going on there. And have a rest. And then you can throw the band at whoever you want to in the room. I won't throw it at Nikki, because she's lovely. I'm not saying that Helen's not lovely. She is lovely. Right, so are we okay? I feel a bit bonkers today. Right, let's do a lovely stretch. And let's stretch out the shoulders, the wrists. So let's just put the arm away. So send the arm away and dangle your hands. And then draw the fingers in towards the elbow a little bit. And it just stretches over the top of your wrists. Good. And then we'll flex a little bit. And then circle. One way. And then the other way. And then let's come to the other side. So just dangle the fingers down towards the floor and just draw the fingers gently towards your body. Breathe. And then just lightly bring them up and towards fingers up towards the ceiling. And then a little circle. Fabulous. Let's take the hands to the lower back. And then try to aim to get the elbows towards each other. And then lift the chin a little bit, not too much, don't overextend. Big squeeze into the chest, big squeeze into the shoulder blades, opening out the chest. And then release. And then clasping the fingers. Somebody's popped a big beach ball and they're blowing it up. So it's getting bigger and bigger. The arms are getting wider around. You're going to pull the belly in, round the spine and drop your chin onto that big beach ball. For that lovely spine stretch. Fab. And then slowly come up. Let's just slide one hand up towards the ceiling and take that over your head a little bit. Lovely, feet need to be wide. And then bring it forwards. Other hand presses up over your head. Excellent, round forwards, good. Let's send the opposite hand to the same shoulder, wiggle, jiggle, fingers down towards the center of the shoulder blades. Just lifting the elbow and then lift through the chest. Lovely. Excellent, bring that down. Let's swap sides. Fingers to the shoulder, wiggle those fingers down. Give it a little nudge if you need to, and then lift through the chest. Excellent. Let's stretch through, through the back of the legs. So take one leg away. Just wiggle those toes. So you should be able to have your legs should be able to straighten out. Otherwise you won't stretch if you're sitting at the back of the chair. Hands come onto the other thigh. So we never hold on to the joints. And that foot is forwards and maybe a little bit out if you need to support you. Toes pointing up and lean, so that hinge forwards, keeping your chin lifted or your neck in neutral, so we're not dropping the chin. Just a nice neutral spine, neck. And then we sit up, keep the leg there and then squeeze the toes towards the knee for that lovely calf stretch. And then bring that back in. Oh, I wanted to do stand up with you. Never mind. Well, I'll get Helen to do that next week. So adjust, lean forwards. So I want to start practicing stand up, step away from the chair, turn around, lunge towards the chair. So you might see that next week. Come up, squeeze the toes towards the knee. Lovely, fabulous. And release. We're going to stay here a minute. Let's just practice cloud. So we've got hands. We're going to take one hand across the body. So not over here. It's just here within my natural range of motion, range of movement. Okay. The other hand lifts. both hands cross my body, one hand's in front of my face. At the side, they swap. So one hand comes up, one down. At the side, they swap. Brush across. So if you're not used to doing this, just take a few moments every day and practice. And follow. So the idea is that you look into the center of the palm that is in front of your face. So it takes away any kind of anything, any distractions going on around you. And you just focus on the center of that palm, which is why it just needs to be in your eye distance, in that nice range of movement that's not too far. We don't want to stress any parts of your body here. Now, fabulous. Okay, so I think Helen did the little thing last week. I can't remember what it's called. So we bring our arms in. One hand comes up, makes a beak, crosses down. Other hand crosses in front, open. This hand here makes a beak. Oh yeah, this hand comes down, crosses, opens up. Relax the shoulders, make a beak. Cross in front, beak comes down, open. Relax the shoulders, make that beak. Cross, cross, open. Do one more each side. Beak, cross, cross, and open. Last one, relax the shoulders. Beak, cross, cross, open. Float the hands down. Relax into a nice comfy position for a couple of minutes of relaxation. And then you're done. So make sure you're steady on the floor. Your feet are on the floor. Relax your hands. Let them just rest with your palms facing up. Relax your shoulders. Adjust your body if you need to. And just take a couple of long, slow, deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. And it's okay if there's noises around you. Just notice them and just let them go. Don't let them bother you. Just notice. And then just notice your body. Doing a little body scan from top to toe, from the crown of your head, your face, your neck, shoulders, down your arms into your fingers, your thumbs, around your chest and your back, your belly, where you're sitting on the chair, the tops of your legs, the backs of your legs, your knees, calves and shins, your ankles and your toes. How do you feel? Relax your whole body off, almost like a wave from the top of your head, running right the way through your body, down to your toes. Relaxing and releasing. Letting all that tension go. And just breathing. And just noticing the points of your body that have contact to keep you steady and safe. So, might be your feet on the floor, the backs of your legs, your bottom, your lower back, maybe your shoulder blades, your ribs on the back of the chair, maybe your head. So notice those points of contact. And breathe. Just enjoy the silence. calm. The rest that you're giving your body. Just breathe in and being quiet. And being grateful. And then just bringing movement to your toes. Maybe moving your ankles, your feet around, circles. Maybe stretching out. Maybe yawn. Oh. And then open your eyes. Wiggle jiggle your feet. Maybe come into a heel pump. And you're done. So well done for another week of Move More. Thanks for joining us. You're amazing. If you've got any feedback, any questions, ping them to us and we'll get back to you. But join us next week on Monday morning, 10:30 for more of the same. So take care.